You can be a victim or you can be a victor. You cannot be both. So victims have a particular mindset or a particular mentality. The mentality of a victim is this: why did you? Victims are always asking the question, why did you? And their question, why did, always is connected to someone else. The mentality or the mindset of a victor is, how do I? A victor's life is not dependent on what somebody else does or doesn't do. A victor realizes that they have the power to create their own life experiences. A victim's life, on the other hand, is controlled by others and what other people do. A victor controls their own life. But the unfortunate truth is that people are afraid to make a decision. You know why people are afraid to make a decision? Most people? It is because then they now have to assume responsibility for the decisions that they made. They have to assume the responsibility for the outcome. But victims like making everything about somebody else. They don't want to assume responsibility over their own decisions and their own choices. So they choose not to make a decision before they assume the responsibility for the outcome of the decision that they made. But listen, if you're living a life that you do not like, if you don't choose to do something different, then you're not going to have a different experience. If you choose to stay in the place of woe is me and what everybody has done to you, then you're never going to be able to transcend into the space where you want to be. And in order for you to transcend into something different, you first have to be able to identify what you want. So I ask you the question, what do you want? A lot of times when I start working with my clients, when I just start the journey with them, I will always ask that question. And unfortunately, most people do not know how to answer that question. But you know, when you ask a question, a lot of times you feel like you got to throw out something, you have to give an answer. And unfortunately, a lot of people will throw out frivolous shit because they're just trying to give an answer, right? But when I ask, what does that look like? So say, for example, they say, well, I just want to be happy. You know, that's a very common answer. And I ask, well, what does that look like? They stumble. They don't know how to answer that question. But in order for you to truly create something, you have to be connected to it from a place of understanding what it looks like for you. Another answer is, I want to be secure. Okay, what does security look like for you? But see, when you focus more on what you don't want than what you do want, then you're creating more of what you don't want, because wherever your focus goes, energy flows, and then the results show, right? So whatever your focus is on, that exact thing is going to come back to you in the form of results, in the form of reality, in the form of manifestation. So if you want something, you cannot be focusing on what you don't want. Allow what you don't want to guide you to what you do want. But if your focus is constantly on what you don't want, you're going to continue to feel like a victim. Woe is me. Everything is working out for everybody else. It's not working out for me. It's working out for everybody else because their focus is different and they're choosing that they can do something. So instead of asking, why did they or why did you, they're asking, how do I? That's how a victor thinks. How do I? And I'm going to tell you this. The moment that you say, I cannot, what you're doing is you're shutting yourself off from a solution. So I don't like the word can't. When I was raising my children, they could not use it. I told them you can't find it in the English dictionary, so you can't use it. Because whenever you talk about what you cannot do, you are instantly shutting yourself off from the possibility of connecting to the solution of that thing. So the power is in what if. Okay, you don't like what you're living right now. Well, what if I made a different decision? What if I made different choices? What if I changed my stinking thinking? What if I change my environment? What if I change my circumstances? Whenever you start asking what if, you're empowering yourself to move forward in something different. So I want to give you some life work. I want you to write down a list of what you want in the 5 key areas of your life. What do you want in your finances? What do you want in your relationships? What do you want in your emotions? What do you want in your spiritual connection? What do you want to experience in your health, in your body, right? You have to be willing to have a fresh focus, right? Focusing freshly in the 5 key areas of your life: finances, relationships, emotions, spirituality, health, fresh, right? You need a fresh focus. So write those things down. What do you want in those areas? And share it with me. Share it in the comment section. I want to see so I can support you. And so if you enjoyed this short video, I want you to hit the thumbs up. If you received any aha moments, if you received any value, hit the thumbs up. Let me know what your comments are. Comment below and let me know where you guys are tuned in from. That's always really great to know so I can connect with you, because I'm gonna be traveling as soon as this virus leaves, and I want to let you know that I'm gonna be in your city, okay? And finally, if you're new to this channel, then click the subscribe button and click the notification button, that's the little bell, so that you will get notified whenever I upload a new video. And further, if you really like this video and really got some aha moments, then share it. Sharing is caring. So share it with somebody who you love or someone who you know really needs this information.